Hi YouTube, welcome to Godly Seers, a place of encouragement and hope for all of us. And today's encouragement is to remind everybody out there that you feel you have heard from God, or even if you haven't, but you have a desire to serve Him, you have a desire to go, but there's a lot of doubt within you of what it will be like, what will happen, what if they don't believe you, what if it looks awkward. You've got so many excuses, just like we see the story of Moses after he encouraged the burning bush. We all have those those situations in our lives. We all have those discomforts where the task God has put on your hands seems too big to comprehend. It seems like you can never get anywhere. But I'm here to tell you today, to remind you that yes, if God has asked you to go, if you have a desire to serve Him, I would say go anyway. And God will be with you. Because I've heard someone make a comment on the day that we meet the Lord, on that day, God will not ask us for what we did with the time that He gave us, with the resources that He gave us. He will ask us for the things that He asked us to do. You may never have heard from God. Maybe you don't know what the voice of God sounds like. You don't know how to hear from God. But we've all been sent. If you're a Christian, we all have a mandate to maybe preach the gospel to others, lead others to salvation. There is something that God requires from you. And it's different when God has specifically asked you to go and do something for Him. It could be encouraging someone else. It could be to start a business. It could be just to trust in Him over that particular area of your life where you've been struggling. And He's saying, look, I've got this. I'm telling you to trust me with this, but you're holding on to it. You don't want to let it go. So I'm here to just remind you, and to also remind myself, that if you've heard from Him to go, just go anyway. You see, you will never have a situation that is free from all, the fears or the discomfort that, or maybe, you have a lot of maybes of the what ifs in your head that are preventing you from going. And the enemy wants to keep us stuck in that place where we can't go, where we can't rise up and serve God. We see things that need to be done even in our churches, but we sit on ourselves because, I'm shy. We give so many different excuses that we saw Moses give to God in Exodus 4. But we see a kind of a pulling and pushing between God and Moses, telling him, go to Pharaoh of Egypt and tell him to let my people go so that they can worship me. And he's saying, no, Lord, do you know what? I'm not good at speaking. I've got a lot of issues in this area. I will not be able to do it. So for me, the main factor is that Moses is willing, but he's also doubting his ability to speak. Can you believe God is so faithful to the point that God, after all the negotiations, the guy gives God his reasons as to why he can't do it. I'll read quickly. I want to keep this very short. Exodus 4. I'll just start from verse 10, where Moses was telling God that, oh, pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue. Verse 11 says that the Lord said to him, who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Verse 12 says, now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say. So if you're asking yourself, what am I going to tell people? What money am I going to start this business with? Where do I start? How do I not make myself stupid in the process? He's saying, go, I will help you. Believe anyway. Go anyway. Start anyway. Even if all the money is not there for you to start, even if you know where you want to be, just do it anyway. If you've heard from Him, just go. He's given us a promise. Just like He was with Moses, He will help us. You see, Moses still refused. And God moved on to a plan B and said, okay, you're willing. I hear you. You're saying you can't speak. So I'm going to give you your brother Aaron to help you. He will be your spokesman. He will be your spokesperson. You will be like a God to him. You see, when you will tell him the things that I tell you, and he will speak for you. And these two worked as a team. And they were able to do the work that God had sent Moses to do. So don't doubt. If you never go, you will never know. So that way, that support that you think is not there, just like God prepared Aaron to meet Moses at the mountain of God and, prepared him ahead of time. He spoke to both Aaron ahead of Moses and Moses that, look, your brother is coming to meet you anyway. Tell him what I've told you. And he had already told Aaron as well that go and meet with your brother Moses. They were able to work together. They were able to execute the plans of God. So I'm saying the help that you think is not there, it is available. But you're not going to know until you take that first step. Your Aaron, your destiny helpers are waiting on the other side. But we have to start by taking the step of faith. You see, we have to start by going. You may be doubting your voice to sing, whatever it is, your abilities to lead. The Lord will help you. Just go anyway. Put the fears aside, because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to keep you in fear. He wants to keep you in doubt. But just go. You see, just go. And God has the help ready for you, waiting on the other side. So go anyway. And even if nobody else believes in you, even if nobody believes that you can do it, just remember that you have one man that believes in you, and his name is the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He believes in you. He believes in your abilities because they've been instilled within you before you were even born. So I'm here to say, my brother, my sister, and I'm saying this to myself, let's go anyway. The help is in place for us to serve him. Thank you. Bye.